The webinar is now live on our platform. I'm giving back the hosting rights.
Okay.
Done.
Let's say I'm taking the webinar live now.
Sure, I'm here on.
The webinar has started, Aditya. Over to you.
Okay, will I be taking it directly from today? Like, or you will be,
No,
uh,
Aditya, you will take it directly now, from now onwards.
okay, fine, thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Salesforce Career Recharge Program session, day two. And I hope all of you are doing so well in your personal lives and on the Salesforce platform as well. Just waiting for a few minutes to let everyone join, and then we will start with the sessions. Just waiting for 2 minutes. Okay, so let's get started, everyone. You can see we have around 150 participants on the chat, so we are quite good to go. So let's get the session started. So on the previous day, we had discussed a bit about what Salesforce is, what is the benefit of Salesforce as a company, how can you utilize Salesforce in your day-to-day lives as like to enhance your business and all. Okay. And then we discuss the Trailhead module, like what Trailhead is all about, the learning platform. Most of you who have been there in that session have created the Trailhead accounts of theirs and have registered yourselves as trailblazers. That means the learner of the Salesforce platform onto the Salesforce platform. And then we start narrated through the Trailhead platform a bit what's there in on the Salesforce platform, like the learning part, certification, super badges, modules, trail mixes, and all that things. We have now narrowed it down. Then we went through our trail mix that we are going to cover up for this course that I have already shared the link in the chat box that I will again share it today for the ones who will be who have joined us today for the first day. And then, yeah, then we will be starting with the next modules of today that today we will be covering mostly of the modules termed as data modeling and pick list administration. So I'm quite excited and I hope you all have the same energy as mine. So let's get it started. So I'll just start the screen sharing so that everyone can see it. So everyone please confirm if you can see my screen. So just everyone, if you can see my screen, please give me a thumbs up, yes, or something in the chat box. Okay. Thank you for the confirmation, everyone. Okay, now coming to the link. So for whomsoever who have not joined the previous day session, I'm sharing the link in the chat box so that all of you can have that. So everyone, please find the trail mix link in the chat box. Whoever are new to this particular platform or whoever is having their first day today, just click on the link, then get yourself logged into the Trailhead platform, and then we are good to go with the rest of the things. Let's get the party started. Yeah. So previously we have done two modules, your guide to Trailhead and Salesforce platform basics. Whoever have been there in that section earlier, it would be great if you can just remind me a few things that we have done, like a quick summary of whatever we have done in the last session. Whoever remembers, whatever you can remember, please give me something in the chat box. Okay. Also, I can see some YouTube links rolling out in the chat window. So yeah, everyone, the previous day session is available on the Future Skills Prime YouTube channel. The links are already being rolled out in the chat box. So anyone who has not been into that session, please may take full advantage of the recording from the YouTube and get yourself equipped with whatever you have done till now, but not right now, obviously, after the session. Okay, so what we have done, so I am getting a lot of responses ranging from how to create a new playground, created a playground, creating fields, uh, dream house, trailhead information, adding custom label, updating the objects, trailhead information. Okay. Anything else that you might remember that we had done or might have discussed relating to Salesforce or anything? Anyone else? We have created fields, app exchange, great. If you guys can recall a bit, then we had discussed a few aspects of the security on the Salesforce platform as well. if anyone can get me through those security things that we have discussed. Also, please let me know if my voice is properly audible or if there's some noise coming in. Please let me know that. Is my voice properly audible or is there some noise? Audible clearly? Thank you. Okay. So fine. So yeah, in the previous classes, as you all have said, it's great to see first of all that you guys are replying in the chat box with such great enthusiasm. So I'm quite thankful for you to all of you for that. Now, so as you guys, as you all said that in the previous class we have discussed firstly the trailhead things a little bit, then the Salesforce basics platform basics part. We saw a bit about what trailhead playground is, and then how can we create some new playgrounds? What is the maximum number of playgrounds that we can have? After that, we jumped through the Salesforce architecture a little bit, the basic hierarchy, apps, objects, records, fields, and all. Then we created some fields, and then we created some records. That's all we have done till now. Okay, so now moving ahead to our next module that is data modeling. So everyone, please jump on the data modeling module. And if at any time my voice is not properly audible to you, please let me know. Also, please, if you can, if you are seeing a little black box on the sharing screen, please ignore that. That's just the chat window that I have opened to just like see your responses coming in. I will try to minimize that here and there as per the requirements. So you will get the view. Just a little bit of blogger will be there just because of that regular chat window. That's it. I will also try to minimize that as much as I can. Okay. Yeah. So the next module is data modeling. So anyone would like to take a quick guess what data modeling is basically? What do you understand by the term data modeling? Just keep your answers flowing in the chat box. I am eager to read all of that. What do you think of the term data modeling, everyone? Someone says data management, structuring the database for better storage of data. Okay, data model is the type of data. Okay, data management, object schema, very good, very good. To arrange the data in a good manner according to our requirements using some method. Great, Satvik. Structuring the database. Creating. Okay, Vijay Savarkar, it's not data mining, by the way. Okay, so thank you for responses. You guys guessed it very well. You guys answered very well. I'm glad for that. Now, so as you all said, data modeling is basically structuring our data mechanism, whatever we are going to have, like for our particular app models or whatever we are having. Like, let's suppose that if you want to develop an application for a specific use or something like that, then what we need to do, we need to create a database. Now, if we are going to create a database, we need to have a data schema for that particular thing, like what kind of fields do we need to have, like should we require a name field? Then if a name field is there, what kind of field it will be, text, number, boolean, whatsoever that will be there. Now if we have defined all the type of fields that will be requiring for our application, then do we need to have some relationship between those fields or some objects? Okay, so all that things, whatever we will be creating for our entire application data backend, you can say if you want, will be termed as data modeling. Okay, and that's what we are going to that's what we are going to do here in this particular module. Till now, in that hierarchy that we have discussed apps, objects, records, and fields. So we have done fields and records. The next part remaining are your objects and apps. So as I have discussed in the last class, we'll be going from the bottom to top approach. So we have done fields, records. Now it's time for the objects. So let's start with the very first part of the session today. That's your optimized customer data, standard and custom objects. Right? So just click on it and let's open the sum module. Also, let me zoom in the screen a bit so that it will be easily visible for all of you. Okay. So now talking about objects in Salesforce. So any idea? Like you all know, I believe that what's a database is. So can anyone tell me what could an object be in Salesforce in terms of database requirement? Okay, I got the first answer. Object is nothing but table. Correct. Very good. Whenever we are talking about the Salesforce platform, we are having mainly two kinds of objects. First one is your standard one, and second, okay, the custom one. So standard one, trail mix link, please. Okay, so yeah, here is the trail mix link. You can have it. Okay. Yeah. So on the Salesforce platform, we generally have two kind of objects. First one is your standard objects. So taking it very lightly in very nominal words, we can say that standard objects are the ones which you get created by default by Salesforce directly. Like if you guys remember, then when we launched our playground in the last class, we had seen that there are a lot of apps pre-created available for us. Also, when we went into the object manager, you could see there are a lots of objects available over there, like objects, accounts, leaves, opportunities, and so on. Okay, so all these objects, whatever we have been provided by Salesforce by default in our orgs, are your standard objects. Now, there are we can use standard objects whenever we want as per our convenience, but there is a little bit of limitation that the standard objects properties cannot be edited. The standard objects properties remain intact. Okay, that we cannot edit them. Next, the second type of objects is your custom objects. So custom objects are something as the name suggests, which we create on our very own. Okay. So custom objects, whatever we have we need to create let's suppose that I am running a college, let's say, okay. And for my college, I want to have an object, a table for all the students' records. So now, how can I achieve that in that Salesforce platform? What will I do? I will create an object named students in the Salesforce platform first. Then inside that object, I can have all the fields, whatever I want for the particular columns, let's say. Like I want name, father's name, date of birth, mobile number, etc., etc. Whatever fields I want, I can have all those fields on my particular Salesforce object, and then I can just keep creating records. That will be my rows. You can take it like that. Okay, so this is your basic definition of what objects are and its type. So any question till this part? Okay. Okay, I hope this is clear to everyone, the objects basic thing. So now let's go to our playground and let's see how we can create objects. Okay, so let's get started. So as you know, a very basic thing that we need to do first of all is to scroll down and then launch our playground. So whatever playgrounds you are having, just click on the launch button, get that playground launched for you. Okay. Please explain custom object. Okay, I'm explaining it again, Kamal, no, nothing to worry. So custom object is something, those objects or those tables, data tables, which we create by ourselves. We don't get a custom object by default. the default objects, whatever we get, are the standard objects. And the objects which we create by ourselves as per our requirement are known as custom objects. And the we cannot do modifications in the properties of a standard object, but yes, we can do whatever we want in the custom objects because we are the owner of the objects. Okay. So once we have, let's learn how to create custom objects first. So as you can see, I am in the Trailhead playground. I clicked on the launch button and I get into the Trailhead playground. So let's click on the setup menu as we have discussed previously that whenever we need to do any major changes on the Salesforce platform relating to the infrastructure lying behind, you can see by infrastructure, I don't mean the exact servers or rack stacks or anything like that. What I meant by infrastructure for this particular point is the Salesforce data model or whatever settings you need to do. Okay, that's what I meant by infrastructure for this point. So whenever we need to do that, we need to go to the setup page, which I generally term as backend or more easiness. Okay. So let's go to the backend. Let's click on the setup button and move to the backend part. Okay. So yes, we are on the backend now. So let's go to the object manager. Now let's follow the specified steps as provided in this particular part so that we can all be on the same page. Otherwise, we could do it by ourselves as well. Okay. So for creating the custom object, now we are in the object manager tab. You can see a lot of objects available here and you can see the type mentioned as standard object because all these are the default objects provided us to us by Salesforce. Now let's create a new one. So for creating a new one, on the right hand side, you can see a create button. Click on that. Then click on the very first option, custom object. Okay. Now again, similar to that uh, field creation wizard pages, we can see a similar page here for the object creation. So let's fill in the details over here. So as it says, property, or so let's provide those details for the label. Let's enter property. Plural label we need to provide. So plural label is nothing. It's just the plural form of the same thing, like offer, offers, book, books, a garment, garments, and so on. So just provide the plural name here. Let's type in properties. Okay. Object name will be auto-populated. Again, let me remind you, the label is something that the end user will see, and name will be something that will be for our own internal records. Okay. So leave the internal name as object name property. Okay. Then moving ahead, the next part is your description. So again, if you want to have something for your internal requirements, you can have some description provided over here. You can just provide, let me give something like sample object creation for learning. Okay. Now let's move ahead. Record name will be property name. So whenever you will be creating a new object, by default field, some standard fields gets created along with that object. First among them will be the name field for that particular object. For example, students, it could be student names. Similarly, for property, there is property name. If I want to edit it, I can do that like property name. I can give some another thing like, let's say, property location, let's say, just for time being, or property initials, we can see. Whatever I want, I can provide. Then in the data type part, you can see it's selected as text. And there is another format called auto number. Now, what are these formats? So if I am selecting text, so it's very obvious what text is, that if I want to have some alphabetical values in that, I can have text. Okay. But let's suppose I want to have a series of things going on. For example, if I want, just the example that I have given you earlier, that I want to create something for my college thing. Okay, like college records for the students. Now I want whenever a new student record gets created, a by default ID might get associated with that particular record like 1, 2, 3. And let's suppose I want to create this for the Salesforce class. So what I can do, I can just give how to open setup. Himanshu, just click on the gear icon here and then click on setup on the right hand side of the page. That's it. Okay, let's suppose I want to create the details of the student for the Salesforce class. So for that, I want the series to be like Salesforce 1, Salesforce 2, Salesforce 3, and so on. What I can do, I can just give the initials like here I'm providing Salesforce. Then in the curly braces, I can provide some values like this, Salesforce 000. I can provide the starting number, let's say 1 in this particular case, that I want to have the start the number from 1, 2, or if I want to like start the room numbers from 100 or something like that, I can provide whatever I want. Okay. Then, but right now it's just for explanation. I don't want auto number for the property initial. So let it be converted to text again. Okay. Yes, you can say, Marmik Patel, that it will be a unique field which will provide a separate dedicated ID for all the records. You can take it like that if it's understood for you. You can say it, no problem. Okay. Then next in we have the optional features. So as we have discussed in the previous class, that Salesforce has several things for reports and dashboard. So again, just as we did for the fields part, that do we want to include that particular field in the report section or not? Similarly, if I want this particular object to be included in reports or not, I can give here, select here for the reports part, activity type, whatever I want, I can select. Okay. Deployment status, let's say deployed. Then in the last part here, okay, also there is allow search. So if you want this object to be searched from that record, you can do that. After setup, what we do, Priya Kumari, after setup, go to object manager and click on create custom object. Object manager, create custom object. Okay. Now in the object creation options in the last, you can see two options are there. First one is add notes and attachments related to list to the default page layout. So what is this? So you might have noticed that on several pages, whatever you visit on the website, along with that page, you see some notes and attachment field available, like to have some like comments and all. Okay, so if I want that, I can just select it, or I can, and the second option is launch new custom tab wizard. Now, this is very important, everyone. Launch new custom tab wizard. Now, what is this about? Let me just take you back to the front end for a while, demonstrate what is this. Okay. So right now you can see that there are a few objects available here in context properties. So now if I want my newly created object, which is property in this case, to be displayed here like these options, as you can see, contacts, property, brokers, and all, then I need to make sure that this particular object is included as a tab in my in my data model, or in my Salesforce org, whatever you share. Okay, that we need to ensure. If this particular, if we have not created a tab for any object that we have created, then that object will be available in the backend for sure. That object will be available for different operations, but that object won't be visible in the front end. It will only be meant for the backend. So depending upon my requirements, if I want that to be visible in the front end, I can just select launch new custom tab wizard. So let's select it for now. Click on save. By the way, it won't be saved right now because as per our previous task, what we had done, that we have imported the data from this particular point, settings import data. And when we did this, we had a properties tab previously imported with some sample data. So because we are trying to create the same property field like with the label property, it's not happening right now. Okay. So we'll just leave it intact and we'll go to the next part of that task and then we'll do something. Okay. So for the time being, what I'm going to do, I'm just doing the challenge part. Okay. so that all of you can also see it. Okay, so in the challenge part, what is said that we need to create a custom object named offer with the auto number and all. So let's edit the things accordingly here as per the challenge. So in the label part, it says offer. The plural will be offers. Object name will be offer again. That's again okay. Then for the record name, let's give it offer name. Data type, as per the instructions, it says auto number. Let's provide it auto number. Then we have the convention like this that we have just discussed the same things. Okay, starting number, let's leave it as 1. Then launch new custom tab wizard, let's keep it checked. Okay, so yes. So that's all. Let's click on save button. If I want to add multiple objects, I could have clicked on save and new. Okay, so let's click on save button. Now, as we have clicked on launch new custom tab wizard, so as soon as we will click save, we will be redirected to this particular tab page right now. As you can see, it says tabs. Now, new custom object tab that we are going to create. Okay, so the object is already selected. Whatever object we are doing it for. That's offer for us right now. Now, it's asking for the tab style. That what style do we want for our tab? So we can just click on that. Then a separate new window will pop up in which you can select any option that you want. I have selected Bell for that particular thing, as you can see. Okay. Now, also they have said like choose a home page custom link. So if I want to like have some custom link button or custom page to be redirected to, I can do that. I am not doing it right now because that's not required for me. Okay. Once you have done till this part, click on the next button. Sorry, next button. Now, again, as we had seen in the previous field creation steps as well, that during the entity creation only, we get a lot of security measures which we can just configure at the same point while creating that entity. So similar to that, we can see here, when I clicked on the next, it gave me the option to add to profiles. Now we can just select that which profile users can be able to view this particular tab. Like if I want just this tab to only be viewed for analytics cloud integration, what I can do, I can click this link here, apply a different tab visibility for each profile. Then I can select the profile that it should be visible to. Like for this, I'm saying default on. I don't want this particular tab to be visible to analytics cloud integration user, let's say. So I will say default off. I want, or let's say I would want this particular tab to be visible for analytics, let's say not analytics, contract manager, let's suppose. But I don't want this to be default visible, like uh, clearly visible. I want this tab to remain hidden. So I can select tab hidden. Whatever my requirements are, I can select the things accordingly here. Okay. Now, as for our lab requirement, we don't need to do that. So I'm just leaving it at the default setting, like that to apply one tab visibility for all profiles. So I'm giving it as default on here, like it will be visible for all the profiles for now. That's what I have configured. Okay. So now click on next. Now it says that add to custom apps. Now which apps do I want to this particular tab to be added to? Now you can see here we have the Dream House app, then we have the sales app, service, community, and a lot more. So here we can select that which app should have this particular tab. Whatever we don't have, we can just deselect that. For example, let me give you something. I don't want this particular app, this particular tab to be visible in, let's say, sales app. So let's select, not this one, sorry, sales app, sales standard lightning sales. So I have just deselected that. Rest all I have left it selected only. Okay. Or, okay, no, we can do that. Let's leave it selected only. We can just experiment and add some later step. Okay. Now click on save. So that's all relating to the object creation. Okay, so this is how we can create some object. Then we can just add the tab for that particular object. Now, the thing is, we have created it, but unless and until we visualize the same and the front end, it's not worthy enough, right? So let's just go to the front end and see how this thing will look like. So let's select offer, or let's first refresh the page. Okay. Let's first refresh the page so that everything changes, whatever line we have. We'll add on. Okay. So now let's select offer in the app launcher. You can see there is no apps available with the name offers, but there is an item named offer. That's your object. So click on offers, and here you can see the offers object right now on your front of your screen. Now, if I want to add any particular value to the offer, I can just click on new, and I can add a particular record on the offer object. Right now, it's not showing any particular field because I have not added any. So let's not create any particular record right now. Right now, let's cancel it. We will create some new fields first, then we will be adding the record. So just holding on for 5 minutes to have all of you on the same page first, then I will move ahead. Let's see what you have done. What questions do you have? When I created the price field, it says error. There's already field name price on property. How to fix this? I have not. Okay. Ahmed Ansari Sufi. I'm sorry. Ahmed. It's fine. That's why I said that there is a price field on the property object because we have already imported the data in the complete app. So certain fields with some object have been imported directly. So that's why you are unable to create it. Nothing to worry. You can use a new playground, or you can leave this for the moment and can just complete the hands-on part. That's also fine. Yeah, 91871. You need to log into the Cohort platform first, then only you will be able to do it. Yes, Rohan, this recording will be available on the YouTube channel of Future Skills Prime. You can go there and check it out. Sir, how to create offer amount? I have created custom object. Okay, great. Great. I will be just coming to that field creation again. Although we have done it previously, but I will be just repeating it again. No worries. Channel name is Future Skills Prime. Someone, a lot of you have also circulated the link in the chat box, so that's fine. You can just have that. All I'm talking about. Okay, those who have understood the object creation, please raise your hands so that I can see how many of you have understood the object creation part. Don't give me yes or no in the chat box, just raise your hands. So I can just see the exact count of how many of you have understood that particular part of object creation. Just raise your hands, don't give me a yes or no. Okay. Not like that, Anjali. Raise your hands like ask for asking the question kind of thing. Yes, Teraj, we are going to cover Apex and LWC, that's Lightning Web Components in the coming session. We are going to do that for sure. Janvi, it's up to you, whatever you prefer. I have no issue. It's completely up to you. So, guys, whoever have understood the object creation part and have created the custom object with offer, please raise your hands so that I can move ahead. I can see 22 responses so far. 27. Keep your hands raised. Don't lower it down so that I can have the exact count. Please keep your hands raised because I want all of you to walk together with me. I don't want anyone to left behind. So I'm trying my best to have all of you on the same page as with mine. Okay, so 41 responses so far. Any doubt if you have in the object creation part, please just put your query in the chat box. I will be answering that right now. Okay, fine. So I believe I got somewhere around 50 hands raised. So that's fine. That's sufficient enough to move ahead. Okay, just I'm giving one more minute to you guys. If you have any particular question relating to what we have done till now, just let me know. What else we'll move ahead? Okay, everyone, please lower down your hands. All of you, please lower down your hands. Everyone, please lower down your hands. Lower down, lower down. Okay. So let's move ahead. Now we have created the object. Now the thing is, just like standard objects, we have certain standard fields also available on the Salesforce platform. Okay. So what are those fields? Let me just show you. So if I go back to the offers object, so you can see some API name is there, so which we have discussed in the previous class when we talked about the Salesforce architecture. That Salesforce architecture is like completely based upon the API model, where all the entities, whatever you will be creating, will have a definite name that will be referred as the API name, and that will be something that you will be used for the better integration of those objects, fields, or whatever entity you are creating in the Salesforce environment. Okay, so that you can see here. Also, you can see different details. Okay, all now if I will go to the fields and relationship parts, you can see that there are 4 fields created by default here. As you can see, there is a field called created by, last modified by, offer name, and honor. So all these fields that you can see on your screen are the standard fields that you can have. Okay, so just like your standard objects, whenever you will be creating some custom objects, some standard fields will be created by default. Okay, that you can see here. Again, just like standard object, these fields are also not editable in terms of properties. Only offer name can be edited, like the text and auto number you can change. Okay, then again, it can be deleted. Offer name, as I said, can be only edited. That's it. You can see it's only edit available. There is no delete. Okay. Now moving ahead. So obviously we need to have some custom fields for our tasks. Okay. Just give me a minute. It got zoomed in. Now it's not zooming out. Okay. Yeah. Now it's zoomed out. Sorry for that disturbance. Okay, so just as we have done some field creation in the previous class, we will be just repeating that here now. So we can see in the challenge part, it says create a custom currency field on the offer object. And these is the field type. Like for the first field, it says the data type will be currency, field label will be offer amount, and field name will be offer amount. So let's create that one by one. So we are already in the fields and relationship section. Also, you can see there are several other options available here, like page layouts, lightning record pages, buttons, only compact layouts, and a lot more. We will be discussing all of them one by one in the upcoming classes. So don't hurry up, just be a little patient, and trust me, you will be going to learn everything, whatever is you can see on your screens. Okay. So we'll be just going through a little piece one by one. Let's start with the field creation first. So as we need to create a new field, we are already in the object offer fields and relationship page. So just click on the new button here. As soon as you will click on the new button, just like we did on the previous in the previous session, you are having a lot of data types available. So whatever we need to have, as it says, we need to select currency. So currency from select currency from this list. Currency. Next, then again the same page will be there. So just fill in the details, like it says offer amount. Field name got auto populated, as you can see. Also, you can see length and decimal places already there. If I want to change, I can do, but that's not required for this particular part. So I'm just leaving it intact. Also, you can see that in the front of certain text fields, there is a red mark over there. So this red mark, what does this red mark represent? So it represents the compulsory fields that if you are creating this particular entity, you need to at least fill these fields. You cannot move ahead without filling this up field. The similar thing, like if you have filled up some like college admission forms or government job forms or something like that, you get a static sign, like the star sign on certain fields, which marks it mandatory. Similar to that, it's here it is marked as red. That's it, nothing more. Okay. Then again, description health apps, you can you know about it. Now you can also see a button called required here. So if I want that this for a certain value needs to fill for sure in this particular field, just the same thing. If I want this field to be mandatory, I can see select this checkbox required. I don't want it right now, so I am just leaving it intact. Now, in the last part, you can see a default value thing. So if I want that this field should have a particular default value filled by like whenever the user loads the page, some default value needs to be filled. I can just provide some value like let's say 23 for this case, or I can also provide some formula for that. That formula thing we'll be discussing later on. So I'm just skipping that here. Okay. Then next, then again the same thing that we discussed yesterday, the field level security. So whatever profiles I need this particular field to be visible upon, I can select those profiles here. Okay. Right now, in the challenge part, it has not given us any certain conditions. So let's just proceed ahead. Next, then the page layouts. So we can click save or we can click and save on new to finalize the field creation. Right now, we need to create another field as well. So I will just click on save and new. And again, I will be redirected to the data type selection page. Now, on the data type selection page, you can see that here the data type is given as date. So just from the list, select date. Not don't select date and time, select date. Make sure to do that. Okay. Then next, again the same things, fill in the data. And the name for that particular field should be target close date. Also, they are not given anything, so just click on next, say next, and save. Next and save. So now you can see two custom objects have also been created here, target close date, and you can see offer amount. Okay. Also, you can identify them by the underscore C rating at the top, at the last. That indicates that is a custom field again. Okay. Now let's have overview how it looks on the front end first. Okay. Sarita Patil, which page you are talking about? Okay, let me just finish the front end part of this particular field creation, then I will come to the questions. No worry. Just focus on the screen for a while, then I will take up your questions. Okay, so let's now go to the front end and let's first refresh the page, and then we will be seeing that how these particular fields and whatever we have created will be reflected on for the end users of our. Okay, so here is the offer object that we had opened earlier. So let's create a new record now. So as soon as you click new, okay, sorry, it has not been updated yet. Just give it a little time. Sometimes it take 1-2 minutes for the things to get updated. Nothing to worry. Let's just give it some time. Okay. And then we'll do the part. So let's refresh the page once again. Let's check whether the field is being available or not. So let's open the offers object once again. New. Again, it's not showing. Okay, I might have not included in that in the page layout or something. Yeah. Sales app. Just a minute, everyone. Just checking through the things. It offers new. Okay, anyways, let's just click on save and create the offer object. So now you can see a new offer object has been created, and here you can find the details. Okay, yeah. So we didn't find these particular fields at the new object, new record creation part because we have not yet modified the page layout. We need to modify the page layout a little bit so that we can find these fields over there. Anyway, you can find the details here. So if I want to edit, I can just click on edit. I need to provide some offer amount. I'm just giving some random amount and I'm selecting some random date. Let's say whatever it has said, like 31/12/2024. Okay, I have given the same date anyway. Save, and this record has been created for us. Offer amount, as I have selected currency, so you can see a rupee sign came in front of it because we are talking about the India region and everything. So rupee sign is there. Again, if you have in US, it would have been the dollar sign and so on. Okay. Also in the offer name, you can see as it's the very first record on the offer object, the offer and record has been because of we have selected the auto number thing. The name is coming as OF 0001. For the new record, next record it will be 0002 and so on. Okay. So that's all about object creation and all. If you have completed all these things along with me, make sure to click on the check challenge button and get your points created to your Trailhead account. Okay. If you get some errors, that means you might have done some mistake in during the creation of these fields and all. So for that, just check some typo errors or whatsoever, or just you can type in your error, whatever you are getting in the chat box, and I will be resolving that. So again, I'm giving you a few minutes, and then we'll move ahead. Everyone, please take 5 minutes, complete this part. If you are getting any error, let me know. Okay, 9187, you can just go to YouTube and search Future Skills Prime. And over there, you will be able to find a Google link. Okay, please repeat the third step. Okay, Mayur Chowdhury, can you please specify what step you are referring to as the third step? Okay, Sri Nithya, we will use save when we are just like done. We just need to create one object or one field, then you can just click save. But if I want to create like multiple objects or multiple fields, I can click on save and new. It's that easy, nothing more. I can find the page field and Harshita, I can get your question. Can you please repeat it once again? You are saying that I can't find the field page, sorry, page field and something government. So I can get that. Okay, how to create a custom date field? You want me to repeat? Okay, there's nothing like that. Okay, so just have a look on the screen, Mayur Chavri. Just have a look on the screen. That's it. So just click on the new button here, and on the page where you selected the data type as currency, you can just see beneath that you can see the data type as date is also available there. So just click on date, click next, and then fill in the details like the name, whatever we want. For this case, the name is target close date. Fill in those details next, and then save the page. That's it, nothing more. Okay. Okay, any other question, any other problem that you might be getting, please let me know in the chat box. I'm giving you 2-3 minutes to like at least like finish this particular hands-on part. Then I will move toward the next part. Let me know, are you still seeing any black screen on the shared screen page? Like black box or something? Or is it fine now? Okay, great. Then this thing will work fine then now, like this. I've just divided my screen into two halves. So now it's working good. So it will be better then. Okay, any query that you might have, please put it in the chat box. Or if you have done, okay, sir, error is coming. Okay, let me check what is going. Yeah, so Naga Arjun, just refresh the page and try again. Sometimes it happens because of the network errors and all. Nothing to worry. Just refresh the page and try again. It will be done. Uh, Akshat and uh, already discussed this. That you have the time, just go to the YouTube channel of ours, and there you can find the recordings for that these particular sessions. You can just go through them or you get yourself equipped of whatever you have done till now. Challenge along with me, just raise your hand so that I can see how many of you have completed and keep. Okay, I can see 15 hands raised. What about others? I'm waiting for the responses. Please raise your hands if you have completed this particular challenge, created the offer object and the fields offer amount and target close date and create the challenge. Please raise your hands and keep it raised until I ask you to lower it down, please, so that I can see how many of you are doing these things along with me. I can still see only 33 hands raised. So what's happening, guys? If you are facing any problem, let me know. I believe that things are quite easy. That's not difficult. It's not that much difficult. I won't say that much easy because you are doing learning it for the first time for sure. Okay, so Ahmad, you asked a very good question. That you are saying that it says that you can't view in this lightning experience in Salesforce Classic. So see, what happens that Salesforce has basically two views. Okay, so one is called your Salesforce Lightning Experience, and the other one is called Salesforce Classic. So Salesforce Classic is a like a the older version you can say, okay, which is now not being used that much. It's still live, but it's not being used that much. We whatever we do like these days, we are doing it on the Lightning Experience part. Okay, so like right now with whatever screen you are seeing in front of you, like on my page, it's a lightning experience screen. So, anyways, if you are getting that particular error, there is nothing to worry. Just refresh the page and it will be gone most probably. Okay. Or if it's still not going, please check your browser cookies policy and everything, clear all of that, or just use the use in another browser. It will be fine. Nothing to it. Okay, Himanshu, the launch new custom tag wizard option was it's there itself on the bottommost part of the object creation page. It's not somewhere else. Okay. What the type of object relationship? Oh, for the object relationships part, we are coming to that. We are not still on that particular part. We are just coming to that in the next 2-3 minutes. Okay, so this is my first last done, sir. A little bit buffering the screen. Yeah, that screen buffering would have been there for a slight interval. Now I believe it's fine. Okay, Himanshu. Okay, Himanshu, just look at the screen once again. So I'm just showing you like if you go to Object Manager and click on Create Custom Object. So over here at the bottom part itself, you can see Launch New Custom Tab Wizard. After saving this custom object, this the checkbox is here. Okay. You can find it here. Now, as you are guys are asking this particular question, so let's suppose that if you have not clicked this checkbox during the object creation, you have created the object. Now, what you can do in that case, just look at the screen carefully, everyone. So what you can do, you can just go to the Home tab, okay? Then search tabs in the Quick Find box, and you will find this tabs option, the second option. Click that tabs option. Now you can just click on new, and if there will be some custom object for which there is no tab allocated, okay, then that particular object name will be visible here. You can select that object name, then you can select the type of whatever you want, like the icon, then just next, and your tab will be created. So if you have missed that particular thing, you can just do it like that. Okay, where to find the tab style? So Himanshu, tab style option is here only. See, in after the tab style is here only, you can just click on this magnifying glass icon, and then you will see a separate window where you can find the tab styles. That's it. Okay, so fine, everyone. You can lower down your hands. We'll move to the next part now. We need to move. Okay. So, yeah. So let's get started. So we have done the first part. So let's move to the next part. That's to create object relationships. So anyone, what do you understand the term object relationships? Please let me know in the chat box. Just what your understanding of object relationships. Please let me know that. Please give me your thoughts on the chat box, everyone. What do you understand by the term object relationships? I'm waiting for your responses. Connecting to objects. Okay. Common fields between different objects. Okay. Anything else? Try whenever you are answering, try, if you can just try to answer with an example, that would be great. By the way, if you can. Okay, fine. So as you guys said, connecting two separate objects together is what we are referring to as object relationships. Now, why when these things will be required? Like suppose we want some particular data to be fetched from a different object in our separate object. Like let's suppose that some student is filling out the college admission form. Okay, Now at the college admission form, we need to select the university name. Okay. So now university name will be fetched from the university object. So that's just one scenario. There will be several more where you can just create object relationships and we can get our things running. Now, object relationships are of several types. Okay. We'll be mainly discussing three types here. There are a little more as well, but we'll be discussing three of the types here in our particular class. The first one is your lookup relationship. So lookup relationship is a relationship where the parent object and the child object are not like interdependent on each other. Okay, what does that mean? That even though if there is no value related to a particular value on on the parent object, then also the child object will remain there. Okay, child object won't be deleted. Okay, but there is another type called master detail, where the parent will be the master and the detailed object will be the child one. Now, in this particular scenario, all the values of the particular object, whatever field will be using it for the connection, will be interdependent on each other. And if the parent field gets deleted, then the child field will also be deleted. It won't stay there. Okay. So if we are looking for a direct interdependent relationship, we will be using the master detail one. Mostly it will be like primary key kind of things, like primary key, foreign key, that kind of thing. So you can see just for consideration, you can take it like that. And if I want independent relationship, I can go for the lookup relationship part. Then there's one more called external lookup relationship. So that will be used when we need to like have some relationship created with some on-premise system or some on-premise databases, you can say. Then we'll be in the external lookup relationship thing. Okay, that we are not going to do it right now. Okay, so I believe the of relationships types are clear to everyone. Now, the point is how to create these relationships now. So we have several objects in our database in our Salesforce org right now, the playground. Okay, as you can see, if I go to see in the object manager, I have account, activity, property, favorite, and a lot more. So let's do it. So I'm just following the instructions first. Then you can complete the challenge part. I will be giving you 5 minutes to complete the challenge. I will be just finishing the instructions part. Okay. So first of all, it says create a custom object again. So you all know how to create a custom object. So I'll be just be a little quicker right now. So just get it done. So creating a custom object, create custom object, give it a label. It says favorite for the plural label, give it favorites. And it has not now launch new custom tab wizard again. Save, select the tab style, give it anything that whatever you want. Next, next, and save. So we have created the custom object mentioned in these steps named favorite. Now, the next part is to create a lookup relationship. Abhishek, I have just created the objects in the same way that I have created a little while ago. So nothing to worry. Just follow the steps. It will be done. I'm not repeating it because we have already done it. Okay. Let me complete the things. If you are still not able to get it, I will be helping you out. Don't worry. Okay. So now the next part is to create a lookup relationship. So as for the lookup relationship also, the process will be the same. First of all, we need to go to the parent object from wherever we need to create the relationship. For this case, it's saying next create two custom relationship fields on the favorite object. That means the parent object will be favorite. Now, for the very first, it says go to the favorite object and create a relationship between favorite to property. Sorry, favorite to contact. Okay. So let's go to favorite object. We are here in the favorite object that we have just created. Okay. If you are unable to find it, just go to object manager again. Use the quick find box. Type favorite. Open the favorite object. Then you can see this. The second option itself says fields and relationships. Okay, so we have already created fields. Now it's time to create a relationships with the same steps, nothing different. Okay, so just click on new. Now what we need to do, we need to create a lookup relationship. So you can find this option here, lookup, master detail, and external lookup. So right now we will be creating the lookup relationship. You can see what is it. It says create a relationship that links an object to the another object. The relationship field allows users to click on a lookup icon to select a value from a pop-up list. The other object is the source of the values in the list. Okay. So lookup relationship. Next. Now it will be asking for the name of the child object from where we'll be linking these objects together. So for this case, it's contact. So just select contact here and make sure to select contact everyone. There are two fields. One is contact and the other one is contract. So make sure you're selecting the right one. That's contact in this particular case. Then next. Then again the same page. You need to fill in the data. Field label, it's already coming as contact. Leave the field name as contact. It is again auto-populated. The child relationship name, let it be favorites. This is how it will be visible on the front end. I will also show you all that thing on the front end. I will be showing you that. Okay. Then again, the required field is there. We don't need to do anything. Okay. Okay. One more thing here that in the Salesforce platform, we get a separate option like as we just discussed that the lookup relationship is uh, independent. Sorry. Now, if I want this particular value to be remain available throughout the session, we can just make it clear like that. Okay. Click on next. Then again the same thing, field level security that we have previously discussed. Next and next. And then related to list label, whatever we need to provide. So here let it be favorites. And as we need to create a new relationship after this, that's your master detail relationship. I am leaving it, I am selecting save and new. Otherwise, I would have clicked save. So save and new. So we have created the lookup relationship now. Now it's time for the master detail relationship. Okay. So for the master detail relationship, it needs to be created from favorite to the property object. So let's create that master detail relationship. Next, related to select property. Scroll down. Let's select MNOP property. Yeah, here it is. Property. Next, the same fields we need to give, nothing different. Our child relationship name will again remain favorites. Let it be. And okay, yeah, let's click on the next, next, and save. So now our property two relationships, one master detail, as you can see, master detail, and one lookup relationship has been created on the favorite object. Okay. Now that we have created the relationships, let's just go to the front end and see how it will appear to the end user. So for that, let's first go to the favorite object. Okay, let me just refresh the page as the tab is not still available. Let me just refresh the page. Okay. Now, let's search for the favorites object. You can see it here. Now, there is no record on favorite object as of now. So let's create a new record and then we will see what options we get. So give it a name, test. And now in the next part, you can see contact and property. Okay. So for contact, it's showing a search icon, which will enable us to search from the contacts, whatever we are having on our portal. As you can see, it gives us several options in which you can select one. So let's select this contact Jha that we have created previous one. Then similar thing for the property, we are getting a lot of options, but here you can see that property in front of property, we are getting the asterisk sign. That means that we need to, it's mandatory to select the property, otherwise the thing won't be created. And that's what interdependency looks like. As I said, that master detail relationship will be interdependent, whereas the lookup relationship will not be interdependent, it will be independent. So you can see that here. So let's select any particular property here and let's save that record. Now you can see the record has been created. If you click on created, nothing is visible here. But like let's suppose if I will go to the property object now. Let's go to property, properties, and what I have selected over there, I think contemporary luxury I have selected. Well, go to related. Yes, you can see there is a favorite object named test visual here. So that what we have the relationship look like, that everything will be interrelated, whatever will be joining them. Okay, so let's close that one now. Okay, so that's all we needed to do in this particular instructions part. Now for the challenge part, what you need to do, you need to create a master detail relationship on the offer object from offer to property, and then you need to create a lookup relationship from offer to contact. Also, please make sure that if you have any particular record created on the offer object, then please delete that before creating the master detail relationship, because if there will be some record on the offer object, then the master detail relationship won't be created. As you know that it will be a compulsory field. So to make sure that all the records are linked to each other, we need to ensure that there are no previous records available by default into the offer object. Okay, so I'm giving you all some time. I'm giving you 8 minutes, let's say 6 minutes. Finish this particular part and raise your hands once you are done with this relationship thing. Or if you have any questions for me, something that you didn't understand, let me know. I will be answering them right now. If you are done with the hands-on part also, if you are done, you have completed this offer object hands-on part and have checked the challenge, completed this, then just raise your hands. Okay. Okay, Dhananjay said, sir, please repeat relationship things. Okay, what part do you want me to repeat, Dhananjay, in specific? Because we have done a little bit more. So, any specific thing that you want me to repeat? How to relate objects to okay. So I'm just taking everyone, just look at the screen if you are unable to get it from the first. So I'm just letting you know. So I'm doing the hands-on part now. So as per the hands-on part, it says that we need to create a master detail field on the offer object first of all. Offer to property, that's what we needed to do. So let's go to offer object first. Search offer in the quick find box. Let's go to the offer object. Now, second step will be to the fields and relationships. Now, in the fields and relationships, click new. Now, select the type for your first we need to create master detail. So select master detail. Now in the master, click on the next button. Now we need to create from offer to property. So let's select property from this drop down menu. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Offer property. Next, fill in all the fields as it's asking for the same things. Just fill it out. Next, sorry. Next, 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 and save. And this is how you can create a relationship. Right now, I have created a master detail relationship for the challenge part. Similarly, you can create a lookup field as well. The same thing. Okay. So yeah, coming to that, what's the difference between master detail? Okay. So just as we discussed a little earlier, little ago, Dhananjay, master detail relationships are something where you can say there will be a one-to-one relationship. in case of a master detail relationship, where all the values of one object will be linked to a certain values of the another object. So in that case, if let's suppose if I delete one particular value from the parent object, then the second the related value from the child object needs also to be deleted, or not need only to be also to be deleted. It will be deleted by default, by the way. Okay. So in master detail, we have a dependency where all the things will be quietly like tightly coupled with each other. But in lookup relationship, we don't have that particular dependency. We can just it doesn't matter. It will be like you can say one to many relationship, that a particular field can have a particular value on the parent object, can have multiple values on the child object. Okay, so you can take it like one to one, one to many, if that helps you out. Mayur Chavre, is it your first day? Okay. So had you created the properties object earlier, or had you imported that particular file which you we discussed in the previous class in the Dreamhouse app? How it's not visible? It should be visible for you. Check out the objects list once again. Go to the object manager. Check the object list whether property is available over there or not. Okay. Okay. One more question is here. So whenever it's a create new playground, it is necessary. See, it depends. If it says create new playground, you can create a new playground, but just be sure, like what will happen that you at after a certain point of time, if you will just be creating multiple playgrounds again and again, it will start affecting your account. So just make sure that whatever task you are doing in a single playground, like always. Otherwise, the things can be a little messy. That's it. There is no wrong in creating playgrounds, but you need to be a little cautious, Ahmed. Okay. Vishakha, you can get the recording on YouTube. That's available there. So yeah. So is everyone done with the relationship part? Have you understood the things? Please raise your hands if you understood all the things properly. Or if you have any questions, please type in the chat box. I can see only 19 hands raised till now. What about others? Have you completed till this point or not? Are you getting the things? If yes, if you have completed the challenge, raise your hands and uh, just let me make me aware of your thing. Channel name is Future Skills Prime Visakha. No, no, Harshita, it's fine to have records on the contact object. Okay. Okay, just a minute. Give me a moment. Okay, yeah, it's completely fine to have records if you are creating a lookup relationship. And there will be records in the contact object because that's what sample files are. Okay, so that's completely fine. Nothing to worry on that part. You should not have any record on offer object, by the way, if you are creating the master detail relationship, because offer is the parent object here. Okay, Harshita? Okay, so thank you, everyone. You can lower down your hands for now. All 18 of you, please lower down your hands. And we will move to the next part now. That's schema builder. So everyone, get along with me. to the next part of our data modeling train. Oh, sorry, module. That's your work with schema builder. Okay. So let's get through it. Okay. So anyone having any idea what a schema builder is? Please share your views in the chat box first. Anyone having any idea what schema builder is? What do you think will this thing be? Schema builder. Please give your answer in the chat box, everyone. Hey, I got a few answers for understanding relations between objects like one-to-one, many-to-one, etc. Maybe how objects are related. Okay, visualizing the data model. Absolutely correct, Nitish. Very good. Sanchit also. Yashasvi Gupta, well done. Graphical interface for visualization of data. Great, great, guys. It's nice to see your answers coming in. Great. So correct. Right now, what we are having, that we are having only a certain objects that we have created like offer, properties and all. So it's fine that we can just go to the specific of like objects one by one, and we can see what fields are they having, what are the data types of those particular fields, and all the details. But as the data model will grow, we will be having like in a real-time environment, we can have like a lot of tables, objects, and everything, and there will be a lot of relationship between them and a lot of things. Okay, now at that particular point, it would be very tedious. It would be a very tedious task, like go from one object to another and keep seeing all the things like one by one. We are checking the data types of particular field and all. That will be a very hectic task. And obviously, we want the things to be easy. We don't want to get into that much of complexity. So for that things, we can use the schema builder where we can have a data model in a more of a graphical way, visualize in a more graphical way, as you can see on your screen like this. You can see, we'll see something like this. Okay. And here we can just see what relationships and everything we are having and all those parts. So let's just go to the schema builder and then let's discuss that other things further over there. Okay. So how to open a schema builder? So there are two options to open a schema builder. The first one, go to object manager and there you can see schema builder. Just click on it, or else if you are, let's suppose you are on the home page, then just search schema builder in the quick find box and then open it. So whatever works for you, you can do that. Okay. Now let's open the schema builder. So now on your screen, you can see a lot of tables, basically lot objects are being displayed on the, what we say, the drawing screen. You can see like the canvas, whatever you want. Okay. But if I will be looking at all these objects by once, it will be very difficult. So what we can do right now, on the left pane, you can see two options, elements and objects. So let's go to the objects pane and let's deselect all. There is an option called clear all. Click on that and then all the objects will be unselected. So now you can see there is nothing on the screen. Now let's check for the objects that we have created the relationships for. Like in the instructions part, we had created the relationships for favorite to contact and favorite to property. Okay. So let's select these three objects to visualize whatever we have done till now, the data model part. Okay. So just search favorite first. That's the favorite. Then search contact. Similarly, search for property. Okay, so you can see I have selected three objects, and you cannot see them right now on the screen because they have been located here and there a little bit. So let's just bring them together so that you can have a more of a unified kind of a view, Okay. And this one is also at the top right. So let's bring it together. Just a minute. Just move it a little bit. Okay, sorry, not like this. You need to click here on the object visual, and then you can just move it together. Okay. So also we need to have a more good view. So let's just demagnify it a little bit. Okay. So now you can see the three objects are displayed here: favorite, contact, and property on a single screen. On this particular screen, you can see all the details for these particular objects. Okay, like you can see for the favorite object, we have the contact lookup contact of field that we have created. Similarly, for the property, we have name created by date closed, date contracted, and a lot more things. For contact, we have name, birth date, assistant phone, and a lot more fields, and along with the data types available here. So in this way, we can just visualize all the things and to one pane. Also, for the relationships part, you can see that the lookup relationship that we have created is represented by some color, like whatever you say it, like I'm seeing it blue. You can take it or say it another color, whatever you want. So lookup relationships will be displayed by this color. If you can see the blue color, and your master detail relationship will be displayed in a more bold color. That's your maroon or red, whatever you say. Okay, that color here. So in this particular view, we can just see our data model in a more visualized manner and a more clarified in a more clarified way, you can say. Also, that's not just it. You can also see the labels over here, like which is the parent object, which is the contact object, and so on. We can see it here. Now, apart from this, there is another feature that we can use the schema builder for, is to create new entities. Okay, yeah, Dhananjay, that's what we are discussing. That the very first purpose of using schema builder is to having a good visualized way to see our entire data model. That's the first thing. And second, we can use schema builder to create our objects or fields, whatever we want to create, in a more unified manner, you can say. Like as of now, what we have done, we have gone to object manager, clicked on create object, then we create a new object. Similar for the fields, we went through a wizard based interface, but I don't want to do that. I just want to create everything in one go, let's say. Then what I can do, I can just click on elements here in the schema builder, and now we can see all the things available here, like from objects to auto number, lookup, hierarchy, master detail, checkbox, currency, whatever I want, I can just select it from here. For let's suppose I want to create an field called object. Sorry, I want to create an object called sample. So I can just drag and drop object here. Okay. Now I will just provide a name. Let's say sample. I need to provide a plural for it. So then I'm giving samples, and I'm not doing anything else. I'm just selecting save. So see how quickly I have created one new object. And also I can visualize that particular object in the same on the same moment. Now let's suppose I want to create a new field onto this sample object for the checkbox type. So I will just drag and drop this particular element checkbox onto that particular object sample. And then again, the label and all I need to provide. So I'm just providing it, let's say test, field name test, description, text. If I want to give anything like that, I can do it. So just save, and you can see that new particular field has been created here, text. Okay. So this is the usefulness of the schema builder, that you can just have a more of a unified approach of building all the things onto a Salesforce platform. Okay. Now let's move on to the challenge part here. In the challenge part, it just says that you need to create a field called street address of data type text area onto the property object. Also, you need to make sure that the field is a required one. So it's very easy. You have the property object here. You need to have the field type as text area. So just click text area element and drag it on the property object, fill in the label, street address, and we need to make sure it's required. So just click on the required checkbox, save, and that's all. That's all for it. So that's what schema builder is. Okay. So that's a feature, but there is a certain amount of limitations also that's there in the schema builder. Not certain amount, just one, I can say that when you used to create the objects or fields in the like wizard type of interface through the object manager that we did earlier, we had certain other options available, like for the field level security and all the things that in the same interface, like in the step-by-step approach, but that we cannot see it here on the schema builder. So now if I like suppose I need to do something for this test field in particular, like I want to change the like field level security for test, then I need to click on the right button and then I can go to edit field properties and then I can do the respective changes, whatever I want. Sorry, not here, not edit field properties. Sorry, my bad. Manage field permissions. Then I can just check the field level permission. So it will go like this, that we need to do a little bit of extra effort in this particular permissions management part. That's it. Rest everything is good. So that's all about schema builder. Any questions related to schema builder? I believe it's quite easy for everyone to understand. Still, if anyone is facing any problems, please put your questions in the chat box. And if you are done with this particular part and have completed the thing, like the check challenge one, just raise your hands so that I can see how many of you have completed the thing along with me. And keep your hands raised. Please don't lower it down. Any questions, anyone relating to schema builder? Please free to put your questions in the chat box. Fatima, we are preparing for the Salesforce developer job role right now. So, if you have completed the complete trail mix that we are doing properly, and let's suppose that if you have obtained the global certification as well, just in case if that's not mandatory, but if you want, you can go for the global certification as well. Then you can very easily apply for the Salesforce developer profiles and entry level profiles can be available for you. And because companies are hiring for that, you just need to do a little bit of rigorous job search. That's it, and make sure that your skills are quite good enough so that companies will be bound to hire you. Okay, that's it, nothing more. I'm giving you 2 more minutes, everyone. Just complete this particular part and raise your hands so that I can see how many of you have completed. And if you are still having any, if you are facing any problems, then just put your question in the chat box. Dhananjay, you can refer to the trail mix. The trail mix is having all the contents that we are going to cover. You can just have a look over there. Uh, whoever have missed the previous session, just refer to the YouTube video recordings and complete the trail mix with that help. Okay. Himanshu, that's up to you. Will we give in this particular classes? We'll be doing a bit of kind of projects, a bite-sized project, you can say, to a certain extent, and some super badges. Rest, if you want to create some separate projects of your own, then there are several materials available in the open source networks. Okay, you can just refer to Google or any other platform. You can create your projects of your own. That's completely fine. Okay, and that will be a good thing only, nothing bad. Which circle notation you are talking about? Okay, that circle notation, this circle notation, that refers from parent to child, like which is the parent one. Like we have created the relationships from favorite to property. The favorite was the parent one, so that's why it's referring to that. I think more. Jasmine, as I said, we'll be creating some mini projects kind of thing to a certain extent, but not like a full-fledged project. We'll be doing some super badges for sure. That will be a real-time implication of what learnings that we'll be doing. So that will be all. You can refer to the trail mix that I have shared with you. Whatever is there in the trail mix, we'll be doing that as per the time. Okay, so as there are no questions coming in, I believe that most of you have completed till this part. Although I can see only 18, 19 hands raised, I'm not sure, but I cannot stay much longer. So let's move to the next part. Okay, Mayur has a question. The field policy area does not agree on the offer subject or to not have the not purpose. For which part are you asking, Mayur? You are asking for the master previous relationship thing or the schema builder part? Okay, while submitting the challenge, say the field property C. Okay, check. Okay, Mayur, if you are getting that error, do one thing. Go to the object manager on the offer object. Okay, go to fields and relationships and check here that whether your screen looks like the same like me or it's something different. We should see two uh, fields over here. One will be this property C master detail property, and the other one will be contact C and lookup contact like that. If you are seeing both of them, it's fine. If not, then please try to create the relationships again by deleting the previous one and check the challenge again. Okay. That's up to you, Amita. It will be better if you can just do it right away so that I can just take your query and resolve your things also. Okay. Okay. So let's move ahead. Everyone, you can lower down your hands. Let's move to the next part. We have completed the data modeling lab. Data modeling module. I believe all of you have completed till this part along with me. Also, I'm just for convenience, make sure that you are not having more than 3 tabs on your screen. Otherwise, you might get confused while doing the things. Okay. So now we have completed the data modeling part. Now it's part for the pick list administration. So let's move to the pick list administration part, everyone. Let's start it. So get started with pick list, the very first one. Let's start with that, and we'll try to complete it quickly because we are running out of time a bit. Okay. So pick list is what is pick list, everyone? So pick list is just another data type which we get for the field creation, and as the name suggests, it will be like a selection list. Okay, a list where from where you can select one or multiple options. Okay, you can delete relationship created like this here. You can just go to relationship, right click, delete. That's it. Nothing more. Okay. So for the pick list now, so pick list, there are 3 types of pick list mainly. Okay, that's your standard pick list, custom pick list, and custom multi-select. So again, the standard pick list are the one which you get by default created by Salesforce. In certain options, you will be getting that, not every time. And as we have discussed previously about standard thing, those will be non-editable. So you won't be able to edit the properties and all of the standard pick list, just like the other one, like standard objects and custom objects and custom fields. Okay. Similarly, we are having custom pick list and custom multi-select that you will be creating. In custom pick list, there will be like single selection happening, and multi-select, as it name suggests, we can select multiple options. For example, custom pick list for visitors can be used for the selection of, let's say, state for your hometown from a list of states. That will be custom pick list. And like suppose that I want to select subjects for 12th class, then I can use multi-select pick list because I will be required to select multiple subjects. So just for the usage. Okay. Also, some definitions are here. You can select, just have a look over there. Okay. So let's just see how to create the pick list first of all. I'm not going to do this particular part. Okay, because these are something that I don't want to do. I will be just completing the challenge directly so that you can just do along with me. Okay. So pick list is again is a kind of field. So the process of creating the pick list will remain the same. We need to go to the object manager object that where we need to create the pick list, and then we can just click on new and create the pick list. So let's get started. So it says add a pick list field to the standard product object with the following settings. So let's go to the object manager. Everyone, I will be quicker now because I believe that now you all are being well versed with the navigation. So product object, fields and relationships, new. Then in the data type, select pick list. You can see there are two options, pick list and pick list multi-select. We need to select pick list for this case. So select pick list. Now, next, give it the value that we wanted. So like here it says we need to give the field label as macaron flavor. So just type macaron flavor in the field label. Now just type, press the tab button. You can see the field name coming as macaron flavor. Now for the values that we'll be having in the list, we are having two options. First, we can have the global pick list value set. Now what's global pick list value set? Let's suppose that we want to use a particular set of values again and again. For example, the state list or country list or district list whatsoever. For such cases, I can create a global pick list value and I can just select that global pick list value set name here in our examples, and I can just start using them without typing them again and again. Right now, and but if I want the fields to be typed manually, I can just type it here. So like for this example, it says we need to have all these options in the pick list. So let's just copy all of this and paste it here in this particular field. And make sure when you need typing the different values in different lines. Okay, so that they can be treated as separate entities. Okay. Also, it says here that the restrict pick list to the value defined in the value set is selected. So make sure this particular checkbox is selected. Also, you can see certain options like displays values alphabetically. So if I want alphabetical order, I can select that. Use first value as default value. So if I want gingerbread to be the default value selected for any user, whoever is coming to this particular pick list, I can just select default this particular checkbox, use default value, first value as the default value. Okay. So yeah, after that, restrict pick list values. What does that mean? That let's you might have seen on the several sites. If you go, there is an option called other in some list. You can just select other, or you can just directly like type in your college name or something which is not available in the list, and that particular value will then be added to that particular list. So if I want that thing to happen with my pick list, I can just deselect that. But if I want my pick list to not to be modified by any of the random person, okay, then I can just make sure to select this particular checkbox that restrict pick list to the values defined. Okay. Again, description and head text are there. Then the required field. I don't want to provide anything over there. Then there is a default value thing provided. So if I want a particular value to be default, I can just have that. So I will just doing two labs together. So I'm just doing a little bit from the next challenge as well. Okay, where I will be having the formula field here to just ensure to do things a little quicker. So like this is a formula provided to me, which says a case thing. Okay, let me just explain you this thing, this formula first of all. So it says case month today. So what does this formula is about? Like let's suppose for I want the default value for the first quarter, like let's suppose for the first month here in this case, to be gingerbread. Okay. And for the second month, that's February, it should be strawberry and so on. So I can just put it like this: case month today. Now, case is one, that's the first month, it will be gingerbread and so on. Okay. If you want this in the chat box, I'm just providing it to you over there. You can have it over. Okay. So I have provided this default value over there, and then it will be according to the formula. Okay. So next, again, field level security and all the same thing that we have discussed earlier, and save. Okay. So now we have created the pick list for ourselves. Okay. Now, if I want to see how it is looking on the front end, so let's go to the products object, products object. Let's create a new product. Okay. So here you can see the pick list name macaron flavor, and the by default values coming as vanilla. Why vanilla? Because it says, okay, in the part you can see right now the month is 10th, but I have not provided anything for the 10th month. Instead of that, I have given just vanilla as the default value. So it's coming as vanilla. Okay. If it would have been like, let's say, gingerbread or something else, first month, January and all, it would have been coming at your, if you would have in January, it would be coming at gingerbread. Okay. So I'm just providing some details here. Let's say, so anything just, and the code, if I want to provide, I can give that. Whatever field is required. If I want to select the fields manually, I can just change it and select it, save, and the new record has been created. Okay. So that's one thing for that pick list thing. Okay. I have completed two part in one go. We can just take it one by one. Okay. Also, now that we have completed the pick list, there are few more things that I needed to explain that I will be doing just in a quick jiffy. So I have opened the macaron flavor thing here. Now there are certain options available in the value section to reorder or anything. So you can see if I want to have a new value incorporated in my pick list, I can select new and add that particular value. If I want to reorder it in a certain way, like I want the raspberry at the top, then gingerbread at the second, then pumpkin at the third, I can just reorder it. If I want to replace it, some value, I want to replace gingerbread with something else, I can just do that. Okay. If I want to see the printable view, I can just click printable view and I can see how it will be looking to the end user. Also, you can see there's an option called chart colors. So let's suppose I'm creating a report where I want gingerbread to be represented with the blue color, strawberry with the red. So I can just select the specific chart color here and I can specify that particular chart color values. Okay. Also, if I want to like delete some data, I can do it. Editing option is also there. And then the third option is deactivate. For example, let's suppose right now I am running out of stock for the strawberry object of strawberry flavor. I can just deactivate it for a while. Okay. Then it will go to the inactive value section. Now, if whenever this stock will come back, I can just reactivate it. Then again, it will be visible to the end users. So that's all about the pick list. Now, one thing remaining is your global value set. So let's just have a look at that as well. Sorry, not global. We need to, for the global value set, we need to search pick list here in the quick find box on the home tab. Then select pick list value sets. Then click on the new tab to create a new global value set. Let's create a new one. I am doing the third part, by the way. Share value is global value sets. I'm doing the third part challenge. Okay. So it says create a new global value set with the label play. Okay, no, sorry. It's asking to promote the field to the global value sets. The field that we have created earlier. So let's go to that particular field. Okay. So there are two options to create the global value set. First, we can just go to that particular part and we can create a new one. And if I want the existing value to be incorporated as global value set, I can do that as well. So that's what is asking for here right now. I'm going to that particular value set. And here at the top, not here, sorry, click on the edit button. And then you can see there is an option called promote to global value set. If I'll select that here, promote to global value set, I can see there is an option to fill in the label and all. I can just provide something like say colors, color, and name will auto come, then promote to global value set. Now, sorry, it says flavors, but I have changed the name. You can just take it as whatever you want. Okay. Then if I want to create like suppose a new particular field, pick list field, I can just use that particular global value set in the section for the values. Let's suppose like pick list. Next, now in the section, use global value set, select, keep that selected, and then none, you can see I am having the option as colors. So I can just select this, and then that particular value set will be incorporated in the newly created pick list. So let's for difference, I will just doing that just to demonstrate you the same thing. So I'm saying sample. Next, I'm not putting any other value here. I'm just finishing the task up. Save. Now if I'll go to the front end, if I'll try to edit this particular record, let's say go edit, you can see the newly created value called sample. Okay, I have not given it editing right, so it's not showing like that. So that's fine. That's okay. So that's all about the pick list. Any questions that you have about pick list, please ask in the chat box, everyone. That's all about the pick list administration module. I've completed it. It is given in, I say, okay, just go, Ahmed, just go to the object properties for the offer amount field and see, check whether its data type is currency or not. You can do it like this. Just look at the screen, Ahmed. Object manager, offer, offer field, then fields and relationships. And then for the offer amounts field, see, check whether it's showing currency or not. If it's not showing currency, edit it and make it currency. Okay, that's it. Afia Khan, this lecture is being live streamed on YouTube, so it's already available there. Wow, there is no limit on exploring Trailhead. Whatever you want, you can explore. Okay. Okay. So now I am having some assignments for you that you need to complete at your own. Okay. So I am giving you 2 modules as homework that you need to complete before the next session. So I can have 2 modules here: customize a Salesforce object and build a data model for a travel approval app. Okay. So these modules will be here somewhere. Okay. See, these 2 modules are I am giving you as homework. The next 2 modules after pick list administration and the duplicate management and everything. These all will be your assignments that you need to complete by your own. The things will stay the same. You can complete it. Whatever doubts you are having, there is a Telegram group link that have been provided in the first class. I would ask Abhishek to provide the same again. Abhishek, can you provide the Telegram link again for the students?
Yeah, just wait a second.
Yes, thank you. So if you are having any problems, there is a Telegram group link that will be shared just now. You can join the Telegram group and you all will be there. You can help each other. And in the next session, we will be having a doubt session. Like I will be taking all the doubts till this particular module, build a data model for travel approval app. Whatever doubts you are having, just bring that on to me, into the next class, and I will be resolving all that. Okay. For now, if you are having any particular doubt, if you are facing anything right now, just feel free to post that question in the chat box. Also, if you have completed till this part, like quick list administration, give me please raise your hands so that I can see how many of you have completed the things along with me. If you have completed till this point, quick list administration, please raise your hands, everyone. If you have completed till this particular part, raise your hands. And also, if you have any feedback or suggestion for me as the trainer, you can just type that in the chat box. If you have anything that you might like to change or anything, please feel free to type that in the chat box. I'll be more than happy to work on those things. Assignments you want, like it's the trail mix part only. The what's the name? Dharabi, if I'm pronouncing it right, Dharabi. It's just the modules here. You can see after weekly administration, we have duplicate management and the customized Salesforce and build a data model for travel approval app. All of you need to complete all the modules till this point. Build a data model for a travel approval app. Okay, that's what you need to do as the homework, as the assignment, you can say. Okay, everyone, please let me know if my voice is not audible. Please let me know. Do I need to speak a little higher? Just give me a yes if it's audible. Okay, fine, fine, fine. If you want, then I can speak a little higher. No worries. Sandeep, can you please repost your doubt? Uh, because there are a lot of messages coming in, so I might have missed that. If you can repost, I can just have a look. Yes, yes, Devneet. That's your homework that you need to complete till travel approval app. Obviously, in the next class, that will be a doubt session only. So for 2 hours for the session, I will be just explaining your doubts and all only. Whatever queries you might have, we will be just discussing all of that. Don't worry. Okay, it says Sandeep doubt says the field target close date. See, that does not. Sandeep, just as I mentioned for offer amount, similarly, if you are getting this error, go to the offer object. Here, you can if look out for the target close date field that you have created and check whether the data type is date or not. If it's not date, then do one thing, click here, edit, okay? Then you can have the option at the top called change field type. If it's not date, then click on change field type and then select the date data type from this list. Okay, and then next, save. That's it. It will be done. Okay. Okay, Dhananjay, I will try to incorporate that in the next session. Yeah, next session is on 22nd October, everyone. So please be available for the session and please be prepared with your assignment that I have just provided you. Complete the thing till the build a data model for the travel approval app. Any other questions, any feedback that you might need to share? If there is nothing, then we will wrap up the session because it's the time now. Uh, Abhishek, are you there?
Yeah, hi. Yes, Aditya.
There are some questions coming in relating to the program and all. So I believe I can answer them. Not really sure about that. Like the certification and all that part. We can just take up that.
Yes, sure. Okay. See, a lot of corporates or the organizations are looking for people who have knowledge of Salesforce platform. So via this program, we are trying to make you aware what skills are required by those organizations, and we are preparing you for getting an entry into those organizations. And for the working professionals within the organizations, they will have more job opportunities. Now, regarding the exams, after course completion, lucky winners will get certificate coupons and some swags that can be availed. Any other question? Yes, based on the course completions and the attendance, a draw will be taken out because the coupons are limited. No, there is a global certification for which coupons will be distributed. However, there is a certificate for course completion that everyone whosoever will complete the course will get.
The name of the global certification is Salesforce Platform Developer 1. I have discussed about that in the previous session. You can just have the recording.
The attendance gets captured the moment you join the session. So do not worry about the attendance. You just have to attend the session. Well, we recommend to attend the session as much as possible. However, in some cases where you are unable to, you can refer back to the recording on YouTube. The certification voucher will nullify the cost of the certification exam, the global certificate exam. However, they are limited and it will be via draw. The two most important factors are your attendance and course completions. Everyone will get the course completion certificate. After course completion certificate, all those who are into the lucky draw will get the vouchers for global certification. And in between, there is a NASCOM assessment of 600 rupees that anyone can take after the course completion. No cost for course completion certificate. That is free of cost. Dhananjay, as I told earlier, the winners will be based on the course completion and the attendance. Nitya, I think we can wrap up now.
Yes, yes, sir. Okay, everyone. Thanks for your time. We will meet again on the 22nd October with the DAO session. I would request all of you to complete the assignment that I have assigned to you. And let's just have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you, everyone. We'll meet on the next session. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your time.